Welcome to this week's East Tennessee Sports Report. I'm Roddy Woods, and I am the person that's going to be doing Where Are They Now and all the coaches' interviews for this show this year. And I had a chance to run across one of the old running mates right here in Newport. He's here visiting us, and his name's Scotty Dykes. Scotty, welcome to Where Are They Now?
I appreciate it, Roddy. Thanks for inviting me.
We'll just jump right into things because when I came back from Florida, I had a chance to see you play in high school. You played from, 1986 to?
Yeah, it's 85 through 88 team.
Okay, 85 through 88. Cott County High School right here in Newport. Y'all had a pretty good, decent team when you played.
Yeah, we had some very good records. Made the playoffs one year and should have made it my senior year. So
should have.
Yeah, got lost the tiebreaker on the coin flip. So.
Oh, okay. Well, but then you moved on up to East Tennessee State in Johnson City and played 4 years of college football.
Yeah, I actually played 5. I got caught a red shirt. So
okay.
got a chance to stick around a little longer, but it was been some of the best times of my life. So.
Well, and you had a teammate, which is my producer, Chris Reddick. You played up there with him, and he's got some funny stories, but we'll get into that later. But when you were at ETSU, you set some single game records, and you hold some things at East Tennessee State. Can you tell us what you hold?
Well, I'm not sure if I hold any of the current records anymore.
Okay.
I had a chance to break several records while I was playing up there. Fortunately, we threw the ball around a little bit.
Okay.
Being a receiver, that was a good thing. But I may hold a record or two to this day, but I'm not quite sure. I think some guys came along later and then kind of broke those. So,
now, how do you feel about coming back, ETSU coming back to football?
Oh, super excited about East Tennessee State having football. I think that's great for that area. I mean, Johnson City and the Tri-Cities is a great place to live, and I think they deserve a good football team, and hopefully the coaches will bring it to them.
Well, Scotty, let me ask you before we get to go on a little further. When we come back, we're going to come back and we're going to talk to Scotty after we get some pizza and eat a little bit of lunch. But I want to talk to you about your pro career. You got drafted, and now after that, you are a successful business person. Yep. So we want to make sure we catch up with you. So you make sure you stay tuned for more of the East Tennessee Sports Report. When we come back, we're going to talk to Scotty, but I'm going to kick it over to the crew now when they can kick things off for this week's show.
Here we go now. That's how we roll. Here we go now. That's how we roll. Here we go now. That's how we roll. That's how we roll. That's how we roll. Here we go now. That's how we roll. Here we go now. That's how we roll. Here we go now. That's how we roll. That's how we roll. That's how we roll. Beats the tar deal.
Hi everyone, welcome to another edition of the East Tennessee Sports Report. First of all, I'm really happy to be here tonight because last week y'all had to do the show without me. I was at my other job, so I was kind of sad. So thank you all for coming and being a part of the show. We are here in Newport, Tennessee at the Brooklyn Pizza. Let's give a round of applause for Brooklyn Pizza.
Great job.
Food is really good. I stuffed my face right before we started filming. So let's get right into it, co-hosts. Let's go for it. We're going to talk about Seymour versus Clinton. Okay, Seymour last week, they beat Sullivan North 34-7. So, Will, let's start with you.
Yeah, well, that's fine. Seymour's got a really talented group coming back from last year. They've got a new coach over there that's got them playing some good ball. It looks like they really got up on Sullivan North and didn't let up till the game was over. And I know Clinton's going to be a tough task, but I like Seymour in this one. What do you think?
Yes, Chris.
Well, let me tell you what, Will. That's nice and everything, but you know what, Seymour, that was a nice win. You know, I think with all that hype and excitement, I think what's going to happen with Clinton coming from a loss, they're going to turn things around this week and they're going to get the win.
Could be. Clinton's tough too. But I'm going to go with Seymour in that one.
Judge, what do you think?
At the end of the day, you know, it comes down to who's better than who. Clinton's going to take this one.
That's right.
We will score see. That one.
That's right.
We will see.
Keep the score on that one, Judge.
Keep the score on the Judge, too.
Keep the score.
All right, next game, Pigeon Forge versus Carter. Okay, Pigeon Forge, last week they played Cosby. They gave him a beatdown. Okay, 71-0. Carter, they didn't play last week, so Chris, what are you thinking?
I'm going Pigeon Forge. Coach Meadows got that team obviously hyped this year. They're coming off of a playoff win from last year.
Yes.
Didn't go too far, but they're excited. He's turned that program around, and definitely this week, I give the win to Pigeon Forge.
Will, what are you thinking?
I'm going to go with him on that.
Okay.
I think that Pigeon Forge is going to put a beat down on him.
And I'm going to third that. Pigeon Forge is going to be a beast out there. So I have no doubt Pigeon Forge will take Carter this week.
All righty, Pigeon
Good
Forge,
deal.
we will see next week. Okay, Gatliburg-Pittman. They played Cott County last week. That was an awesome game. So close. 49-42, and they're actually playing Greenback. And Greenback, they beat Sweetwater. So, Will, what are you thinking?
Greenback is one of those gritty, tough teams. I'm going to say Greenback in this one.
Okay, Will, Chris?
Well, Greenback, they a little bit of tradition. They have one state championship under the back. But, I'm going with Mr. Tradition. Coach Hammonds, been in the program almost 50 years. Had a tough win last week. They're going to come back, and they got the sound of music. That's right, Mr. Music. He's going to help them take another win. So they're going to go 2-0.
I'm going with Gatlinburg-Pittman on this one. I've seen the facilities
Judge.
up there. We'll have to say
Judge
this
is
on
killing me
but
over
I have
here.
to go with Gatlinburg-Pittman again.
Yes.
We'll see. We'll
GP.
see.
All right,
GP had a
we will
long
see
game
next
last week.
It's going to be tough. I agree.
Okay, big game. Morristown West and Greenville. Okay, Morristown West, they beat West Green this last week. Greenville, they didn't play last week.
Thumped 'em.
Will, what are you thinking?
Marshtown West got the running back Blevins. That's probably all I need to say.
Exactly.
He's going to get the ball a lot. They've got a big line. They've got a big tackle. Look for West to play with Greenville. I know Greenville's tough, but I'm going to go with West. I'm going to go with the Trojans in this one, and they're going to ride Blevins to the W.
Chris?
Well, Will, I'm going to have to disagree with that. And I'm going to tell you why. I actually saw Morristown West play last week. They looked good. Blevins did look good. Kid looked good, had 4 touchdowns. They played West Green. So I don't know how much of a test that was. So
yeah.
You know what? Greenville, this is their first game. They came off a little rough scrimmage a week ago against Science Hill. I think Coach Ballard's got his team fired up and ready. They do have tradition. They've started tradition. They've won the state championship 2 years in a row. I know that's in the past, but you know what? I believe Coach Ballard's got his team fired up, and he's got something for West. So I'm going to go with the Green Devils.
Judge, what do you think?
I'll have to tell you, Chris, I've gone with you on a few different ones, but Will, man, we're on the same page. Morristown West.
I like it.
And if somebody's got my last name, like a running back like Blevins, we'll definitely take it. So
Okay,
I'm sure you'll agree
just
with
go with
that.
the
So
biggest of that.
definitely Morristown West for sure.
All right.
There you go.
Okay,
Time will tell.
Yes, time will tell. We will see next week how that pans out. So when we come back next, Roddy is going to be interviewing Coach Slover, the Cott County coach. So when we get back, we're going to see that interview. Keep watching.
America's Mattress.
Experience huge savings on our best-selling mattresses during the Best Buys Mattress event. Take home this Hot Buy queen-size Serta Perfect Sleeper mattress for only $299. Experience iSeries or iComfort by Serta with queen sets starting as low as $12.99. Plus 24 months zero interest and free delivery, setup, and removal. Only during the Best Buys Mattress event at America's Mattress.
The sleep you need, guaranteed. Only at America's Mattress.
Hi, folks. This is Alonis Tar Chevrolet in Jefferson City.
Tar family has been serving the Lakeway area since 1952 and moved into this building in 1971. Over 42 years later, you would never guess this is the same dealership. A brand new look, but we still have the most loyal and dedicated staff in East Tennessee to serve all of your automotive needs. But now we have the most state-of-the-art facility around. Our selection of new and used vehicles is bigger than it has ever been. One thing that hasn't changed over the last 60 years is come trade with us or we'll both lose money. And of course,
Nobody beats a Tar deal. Here we go now. That's
back to the East Tennessee Sports Report. I'm Roddy Woods, and I'm joined by head coach of Cotton County High School, Coach Caleb Slover.
Yes, sir.
Did I get that right?
Yes, sir.
Caleb Slover. Coach, hard-fought game Friday night against GP. I had a chance to talk to Coach Hammonds early today. He really praised your football team. And I want to hear your side now.
I give a lot of credit to Gatliburg-Pittman. They're fundamentally sound. They're always a well-coached team. Really disciplined football team, play really hard. Give a lot of credit to my kids. I think we've come a long way since last year. Last year when we played them, they took it to us pretty good. But our kids fought all the way through. We got down a little bit there in the second half, but fought our way back. Got to 42-49 with a chance to get an onside kick and possibly go ahead and score and tie it back up or go for the win.
In a game like that, it's hard when you never want to lose. But positive things did you gain from that game? What positives?
There was tons of positives for our kids. I got a lot of good feedback from Coach Hammonds and his coaching staff after the game about how well our kids played and how they fought all the way through it. Again, what we're trying to eliminate is, hitting those low points and staying low. We tell our kids that, football's like life. It's got a lot of ups and downs in it, peaks and valleys.
Mm-hmm.
We got to try to stay on a constant incline, keep everything positive and keep building on it. And, our kids stuck behind each other and played hard and, never turned against each other and kept fighting through it. And that's a huge positive for us right now.
Big positive game. Let's switch gears. You got Carter coming up this week. Tell me about Carter.
Carter's going to be an athletic team. They're going to be big up front, very physical, very athletic on the edge, on the defensive line. Linebackers are very active. Their DBs are really good one-on-one back there. Very disciplined football team. Offensively, they're going to spread us out and they're going to run it and kind of like the same offense that we did. Their offensive coordinator down there is Tony Colston, who played at Tusculum right after me.
Okay.
So, kind of got a little bit of the same background there. But I expect those guys to come ready to play, especially after a loss. And I think it'll be a good physical football game.
Well, as we look at things, we follow Cotton County. With the East Tennessee Sports Report, we follow a lot of teams, and I feel like hearing from Coach Hammonds, listening to what you're saying, your team is on a upward spiral. Now you can't go down because I think you come out there and you play hard this Friday night against Carter, as long as your team does not come out flat. Did they come out flat in practice today?
No, we had a really good upbeat practice. We sit and watched some film, went out on the practice field, and we're really upbeat. Got a little bit of our game plan put in with those guys and did some conditioning, ran really hard, and everybody was excited. And, they're wanting to take that next step and get a win.
All right. Make sure you follow Cotton County this Friday night as they take on the Carter Hornets. Make sure game time is 7:30.
Yes, sir.
At Hedrick Field?
No, sir, at Knox.
You going on the road, so
Yes,
make sure you get down there early. Should be a great game. Coach Slover from Cotton County High School. We'll be right back here on the East Tennessee Sports Report right after this.
To the East Tennessee Sports Report. Let's just jump right in. We're going to talk about Cherokee versus Daniel Boone. Cherokee, they actually lost to South 49-13 this last week, and Boone, they lost to Elizabethton 49-0. Let's start with you, Chris.
Oh boy. Well, Ashley, this one's it's a tough one.
You.
Yeah. Both of these teams, I'm sure they're hungry. Mm-hmm. Damaging losses there in that first opening game. So I know Cherokee's coach is going to get them fired up.
Right.
And he's going to mean some business against this Daniel Boone team. So I'm going to go with Cherokee on this one.
Okay, Cherokee for Chris. Will, what do you think?
Where's that game played at, by the way? Is that in Boone or Cherokee? Do we know?
Not sure which one. Is that?
I think it's at Daniel Boone.
Is that at
Boone?
Okay.
Okay.
You went with Cherokee?
I'm going with Cherokee.
I'm going with Boone. I'm going home field on that. I mean, why not?
Well,
have some differential.
Well, that may do it for him, but I'm going to stick with Cherokee.
Judge.
Short and sweet, real quick. I've seen Cherokee play. It's been a little bit ago. They're a tough team. I know I've been there before, so I'm going to go with Cherokee.
Going with Cherokee, okay.
Cherokee, Chris.
We will see next week. Okay.
It'll come back.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah.
Granger County versus Knox Gibbs. Okay, Granger, they actually lost to Union County this last week. Gibbs, they beat Carter 16-13. Will, let's start with you.
Tough blow for Granger. I thought they would get Union last week and go into Knoxville to play a pretty tough Gibbs team. Gibbs got on top of Carter last week. I think that the Grizzlies will come out loaded for bear, so to speak, and Gibbs might want to watch out. But Gibbs got a tough running game.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a battle. I'm going to have to stay close to home. I like Granger County. I'm going to go with the Grizzlies.
All righty.
You know what? Knoxville has a good team, so I'm going to simply just put it this way. Gibbs, another victory. They're coming off a victory. They're going to keep the roll going. Gibbs.
We'll see. Okay, next one, Dobyns-Bennett versus East Hamilton. Dobyns-Bennett, they actually beat Knox Farragut 31-27. That was a close game. What do you think, Will?
Well, you know, DB, Dobyns-Bennett's always got athletes, always got size, always has speed. Farragut's a tough ball club. They got some D1 prospects down there. I don't know much about East Hamilton, but DB's going to be on top of this one, I can assure you that.
You know what?
Chris?
That's a great sound to hear. That's one of my teams that I've picked last week to follow. You know what? I really don't have much to say behind that because Will just said it all. DB, hey, they're going to come on fire. Had a tough one last week. They're going to keep that fire going. And Dobyns-Bennett.
Okay, we will see if Dobyns-Bennett takes the win.
I also think Dobyns-Bennett, too. I mean, speed is key. We talk about that a lot on this show. And when you have speed, you can outdo a lot of things. So Dobyns-Bennett again.
Okay, Dobyns-Bennett, we will see how you do. Okay, big one. First of all, Sevier County versus Morristown East. Actually, that game is not until September 5th. Sevier County, they actually beat Bearden this last week, 35-0. And Morristown East, they lost to Alcoa. So what are we thinking? Sevier County, they're actually playing, Morristown East, they're actually playing William Blount this week. So, Chris, who's going to win? East,
well, you know what?
or
Morristown East, since they're going to start off their next game and Sevier County's going to take a break, you know what? William Blount, I'm going to go with a shocker here. I think William Blount's going to take Morristown East. Yeah.
Okay. Will, what do you think?
I concur. I like
William
that.
Blount?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well,
Judge?
You know I'm from Morristown East.
You know what he's going to say.
It's a tough school. I know they lost a lot of players coming from last year. They did make a long, deep run. I think after that first loss, I think they're going to come back out this week a little bit more fired up, ready to play. I think we talked about earlier, coming out flat. Probably what happened against Alcoa a little bit. So I'm going to take the Morristown East.
Okay, we'll see. So September 5th, you know, Morristown East, Sevier County. How's that going to affect them? I wonder if Morristown East, you know, win, lose, how's that going to play into that? What are you thinking, Will?
A lot more at stake.
That's true.
Sevier County's got some transfers and new coaching staff and putting up 35 points on Bearden. That's impressive. So it's going to be big if East wins. I'd like to see East win to make it a better game, make it a bigger game. I like seeing East tough. So we'll see what happens. But Sevier County's going to be waiting. They're going to be working and getting ready for that game.
Chris, what do you think? We were just at Sevierville today. They're a tough team.
This sounds crazy. I know this sounds crazy. I have East getting beat by Blount, but you know what? East lost. They got blown out their first game. So what they're going to do, they're going to turn things around. And I think they're going to, with the speed they got Chris Logan, good speed, nice quarterback, good speed. They're going to get the win. Surpriser. Shocker.
Okay. Judge?
East. Definitely Morristown East again. I think it's going to come back from this week and see what's going on. So Morristown East.
Okay, we will see. Time will tell. Morristown East, see what you can do. Okay, coming up next, we're actually going to talk about the game of the week and the big game of the week. We will be right back.
Here we go now. That's how we roll. Here we go now. That's how we roll. That's how we roll. That's how we roll. we roll.
Hi, folks. This is Alonis Tar Chevrolet in Jefferson City.
Tar family has been serving the Lakeway area since 1952 and moved into this building in 1971. Over 42 years later, you would never guess this is the same dealership. A brand new look, but we still have the most loyal and dedicated staff in East Tennessee to serve all of your automotive needs. But now we have the most state-of-the-art facility around. Our selection of new and used vehicles is bigger than it has ever been. One thing that hasn't changed over the last 60 years is come trade with us or we'll both lose money. And of course,
nobody beats a Tar deal. Here we go now, that's how we roll. Here we go now, that's how we roll. Here we go now, that's how we roll. That's how we roll.
Welcome back to the East Tennessee Sports Report. Jeff County Central. I know Will's going to have a lot to say on this one.
Well, Jeff County, I do have a lot to say on that one. You know, that's home, and I'd like to see the Patriots come back and you know, carry on the fight. Their program is on the turn. I know they've got a lot of new faces over there in the coaching and ranks, but they also have some returning guys that are important on the line, both sides. So I've heard Central might not be as tough as they were. They've got a new coach, completely new program. So I'm going to give it to the Patriots on the road. I think they're playing in Knoxville. It's going to be an exciting game for the Patriots, and it's always good when you can go down there to Fountain City and put a beat down on Central if you can do it. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay.
Come on, Jeff County.
All righty.
Well,
Chris?
you know, all that talking, that was real nice. I'm going to put a real Knox Central victory. Enough said.
I really think I'm with Will on this one. This is a straight up football game.
It is.
Comes down to grit and grind. I'm going Jeff County.
That's good, Judge. That's positive.
Okay.
We'll see how well they do. Oh, Chris is over here getting a little look at his face. Okay, game of the week: Elizabethton versus Science Hill. Okay, Elizabethton, they beat Boone 49-0. And Science Hill, they had off week, so this will be their first game. So what are you thinking, Chris? I know this is for you. You're going to have a lot to say about
Once
this.
again, I'm going to keep it real simple. It's you know, the scores show it from last week. They came out with a bang. My man, Mr. Ethan Thomas, took a break, only ran 7 carries, 100 yards. So you know what that says? That's saying that this week they've saving that machine to run all over Science Hill because the toppers are coming to Betsy. And with Ethan Thomas and the whole Cyclone crew with all that talent I saw last week, we're going to definitely give this victory to the Cyclones.
Will, what do you think about that? What do you
Sounded like, just from the scores, it sounded like both of them were off last week. Science Hill didn't play. Elizabethton, I think they had a glorified scrimmage there, but maybe I'm wrong. But I like Science Hill. I like Magoo. They've got a good athlete in him. White is their wideout. He's been there for some time. I think they're going to go into Elizabethton, and they're going to play with the Cyclones. I know the Cyclones are tough. They always have been, but so is Science Hill. And I like to see the Hilltoppers come in there and get the W.
Judge?
I agree with you, Will. I'll go ahead and get into that. Science Hill going last week and not playing. Elizabethton getting 49-0 on, who is that?
Boone.
Boone.
Yeah.
Boone.
Yeah.
So I'm with you. Science Hill and the athletes for sure.
Not have to worry about it. Score show next week.
Got to even it out a little bit now, Chris. Come on now.
I sense a little
Fragile. He's
just
fragile.
going to the other game.
Fragile.
Just talk about the next one. Just talk
Don't
about the
talk
next.
about Chris's team.
Yeah, just
Don't
talk
get
about the next
upset.
game.
Okay, yeah, we're moving on. So, big game of the week. Here we go.
Double big game.
Yes. Alcoa versus Maryville. Okay, Alcoa, they beat East 42-14. Maryville, they beat Webb 28-7. Chris, what do you think?
I actually got to see Alcoa play, and I tell you what, they did some I hate to say this, Judge, but they did some damage to East at East. A lot of speed, Will. A lot of speed on this team. A lot of depth. These guys play solid football. Running backs are incredible. Even when they put their second team, incredible. Even when they put their third team, incredible. Alcoa is going to take Maryville this year.
Well, it's a toss-up. You know, when those two teams line up, it looks like a couple of small colleges playing football. It really does. I mean, they are stacked across the board. But I'm going to have to go with Maryville in this one. They beat a really good Webb team last week, and that game was, from what I understand, over at about halftime. So I'm going to go with Maryville, George Quarles. That's a little bit of crib to me. That's old school Jeff County. Let's go Maryville.
Okay, Judge.
Thinking Alcoa Maryville, I also think of a high-octane offensive game.
Yeah.
So I think the score will be high.
Could be.
That's just what I see. But also Maryville, we were talking about it, Will, before. Air Force.
Quarterback going to Air Force, defensive end. Yep.
Yes, definitely. So Maryville for sure.
Okay, we will see what happens. Okay, when we come back, actually, Roddy did an interview earlier this week with Scotty Dykes, so we're going to see that. Keep watching East Tennessee Sports Report.
Thanks, Ashley. Welcome back to the East Tennessee Sports Report. Oh, look at there, Scotty.
Oh, that looks pretty good.
Don't that look good? No, you can grab a piece if you want to, but it's a little hot.
Yeah, it is hot. I can feel the heat off of it.
Heat off of it. But getting back to you, you got drafted to the CFL, correct?
Wasn't drafted. I signed with the CFL.
Okay.
Baltimore CFL coach right out of college, and I also had an opportunity with the team in Memphis when they had a team. So.
Oh, okay. How was that? How was the pro experience?
Wow, it was a great experience. You walk into camp, you see guys that you've seen on TV that were in the NFL and the CFL, and all of a sudden they're teammates, and it's a different experience. Unfortunately for me, injuries kind of curtailed that experience, but it was a great experience for me and something I'll never forget.
Staying with football. Now, you were a part of the Austin East State Championship team. What year was that?
2001 team.
2001 team, and then you went from Austin East to Harriman. And how did you fare at Harriman?
Well, when we went to Harriman, the team was on a 36-game losing streak. So so Coach Tapp got that job. We turned that program around in 2 years. Within 2 years, we were a playoff team, and consistently were a playoff team for 8 years. And opportunity came for me to come back to Austin East after that.
Right.
Where we were there for a year with Coach Pankey from Kingston, and then ended up at Hardin Valley with Coach Jones now for the last 2 years.
Now, Coach Jones, a little bit of history about Coach Jones. He was teammate at ETSU with you,
yes,
right?
Yes, sir. He came in. My junior year, he came in. So we played a couple years together and kept in touch, and now we're coaching together.
Last thing, we want to wrap this up. Successful businessman now. Tell our audience what you actually do.
Well, currently I'm a State Farm insurance agent down in Harriman is where my office is, which is why I ended up at Harriman coaching. Been there for 14 years now, and I've been with State Farm 20 years. It's a great company. Love it. Hope it's the last thing I'm doing.
All right, but coaching football though.
Yeah, I'm still coaching football. I'll always stay involved, whether youth league or high school. As long as the opportunity's there, I'll stay involved because I think it's a great sport and teaches young men valuable life lessons, and I'll stay involved as long as I can.
Well, Scotty, we appreciate you taking out of your busy schedule to take a minute or two to talk to us. Where are they now? Scotty Dykes. Make sure you stay tuned for more of the East Tennessee Sports Report right after this.
America's Mattress.
This weekend, pay no tax at the tax-free mattress sale only at America's Mattress. Serta queen-size mattresses just $2.99 plus no tax. Or upgrade to any iComfort or iSeries model featuring cool action gel memory foam and pay no tax. Plus 0% financing until 2019. Pay no tax only at America's Mattress.
The sleep you need, guaranteed, only at America's Mattress.
Welcome back to this East Tennessee Sports Report. I have chosen a name. He is Matthew Morris, coach from Cocke County. Matthew, we want you to pick a pocket for a prize. Just go by, pick the judge, or pick the host that you want.
Who's my man, the judge? The judge, baby.
What you got, Judge?
You're empty, brother. You're empty. You're empty. You're empty.
Maybe next week.
Wow.
Thank you for watching East Tennessee Sports Report. We are out for Ashley, Chris, the judge, and Will. We are off next week for Labor Day. Stay tuned September 8th for our show. Thank you for watching. See you next week.
Woo! It's a wrap.
That's how we roll. Here we go now. That's how we roll. That's how we roll. That's how we roll.